Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Taurus in mid-October 2020. What is going on, Taurus? How are you guys doing? I hope that you are doing well. All right, friends, welcome to mid-October. Wherever you are in the world, friends, please be safe. Please be happy, healthy, and secure. I'm wishing that for everybody because 2020 is out here acting a fool, being all kinds of not cool. So hopefully you're doing all right and you're hanging in there. Please continue to take very good care of yourselves and those that you know and love, as we are still very much dealing with the pandemic and, you know, just the general vibe of this year being a pure garbage fire, right? And that's not true for everybody, but, you know, for many of us, it's been a little difficult, at least for a while, right? But anyway, guys, let's just go ahead and get into it, as there are no announcements for the month. Taurus, anything you want from me, it is in the description box below. If you want the timestamp, it is down there. Information on how to purchase a personal reading with me, it is down there as well. If you have a question before you place an order, just email me at the same address that you see listed there, and I will answer you as soon as I can. If you want to do a donation towards the channel, you can use the Cash App link or the PayPal link below. If you send any money over and it is meant for a donation, just please make a notation somewhere in the message. I'm assuming there's like message boxes and stuff like that. If you want to follow me on Instagram, my name is EmpathicFire Tarot over there. You can find a link for that down in the description box as well, okay? All right, Taurus, let's do this. You're the last of the series. I do these randomly in the mid, so sorry. But, you know, you're used to being second for the monthly, so, you know, I'm sure you're handling it very well. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. I want to see messages for Taurus in mid-October, please. Messages for Taurus in mid-October. Messages, energies, insights for Taurus. This feels like a 2, might be a 3. Let's see, 2 or 3 is probably what they want. Yeah, they want a 2. Yep, they're like, 2. We said 2. Do it. All right, 2. There you guys go. All right, let's see what's happening for you guys. For Taurus, please, mid-October. All right, 6 of Swords, eh? All right, I like that. Let's see what else you get. All right, something that we don't know yet. And one more, please, for Taurus. And the Emperor, he has been coming out. That Emperor energy is fierce in the collective. Mars is in retrograde. Mercury's in retrograde. I think Mars is still... Yeah, okay. That might make sense. Anyway, what came out second? Queen of Cups. Okay. So 6 of Swords, Queen of Cups, and the Emperor. Queen of Cups is water sign energy. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Could be dealing with a water sign, but you don't have to be. And like I said, Emperor is Aries energy. So you could be dealing with an Aries or not at all. If you're dealing with anybody, I don't necessarily see you going fully away, but you don't want things to be the way that they are, Taurus. 6 of Swords is about, yeah, okay, thank you. 6 of Swords is about moving on, moving from difficult circumstances or choppy waters to calmer, smoother waters, calmer, smoother situations, right? What do we see? This is the Zombie Tarot deck, by the way. Happy Halloween. So you see this water has a bunch of zombies in it trying to attack these people in this boat. And you see the woman, you know, carrying her little machine gun, taking care of business. So there's like this action taken, this desire and this action taken that basically says wherever there's BS, wherever there's drama, wherever there's disturbances in the calm waters of my life, nah, I'm not into it. Don't want to be involved. Okay. It's not as prominent or strong as I might normally feel this energy, but it is there. So, and it's Swords. So I think you might be thinking about this. You might be saying this to someone. So you might be talking to a friend, you know, girl, I can't stand this job. It's too much drama. People are crazy. Da 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 da. You might be talking about your, you know, do what you want to do. You might be talking about your relationship. He is driving me up a wall, or she is driving me up a wall. I can't, you know, because a lot of us have been in quarantine or lockdown or whatever. It has been 4 months. I can't stand to look at him. I gotta get out. So it could be that. It could be circumstantial that, high stress levels at work, high stress levels at home. If work and home are now the same physical space, that could definitely be exacerbating what you feel. So that's why I think that could be it. For some of you, it's circumstance. If 2020 hadn't been such a dumpster fire, you might not be feeling this way, especially if it has to do with your domestic space and or your workspace, okay? Or the people that you deal with in those spaces, right? So for some of you, it really is a matter of you're in a, I don't want to say you're being moody because I don't think that's it, but you're in definitely a mood. And I think you're seeking calm, seeking peace, seeking some type of serenity, and there's circumstances and or people around you that aren't really helping that. And so, like I said, it could just be something you're thinking about or speaking on to people around you that you trust. If you tell your best friend, she's not going to, tell your boss, like, hey, Taurus is really miserable at this job. Why don't you cut him or her a break? You're telling someone that will hold your secrets, basically. So in some of your cases, this is not the majority of the energy, I have to admit, but for some of you, it's a real serious situation, and you really, 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 might benefit from taking actual steps to removing yourself from situations or circumstances or people who are bringing that drama and bringing that displeasure into your life. Some of you are dealing with people that are definitely not caring for you or supporting you in the ways in which you deserve, in the ways in which you need, in the ways in which you have, in some cases, even asked for, verbalized. I need more respect here. I need more this here. I need more that. And they're not listening to you. And they just continue to be the same way, and you've taken it, you've kind of permitted it, no offense, and that needs to change because it's not healthy for you, okay? That's for like 20% of you guys. So anyway, yeah, I feel, well, let me be sure, let me pick it up so we can be sure. This is mostly the other person, but you share this energy too. And I think I'm going to talk about how you factor into the Queen of Cups just for a second, because it's the smaller portion of what I'm feeling. So for some of you Tauruses, your Queen of Cups energy, your intuition is heightened. In some cases, your motherly instincts or your ability to nurture or just your kindness, something about tenderness or kindness is heightened. Oh, sensitivity. That's the word. Your sensitivity is heightened. So maybe for some of you, it's like your extrasensory abilities. If you're clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient, if you're in that bracket, that might be heightened at this time. You might be getting certain hits or downloads that are significant to you in some type of way. But in more than that, it's more generally speaking, you're a lot more sensitive, sentimental. You might be quicker to cry. Not to say Tauruses are known for crying. I think it's kind of a mixed bag. It depends on each individual. I mean, that's just life too. It doesn't mean you're a certain sign and you never cry. But Tauruses usually have a pretty stiff upper lip, or something really, really has to go down to get them to actually cry, like getting teary-eyed, getting a little, oh, and like all that. That's easy. But like sobbing, crying, it's got to be deep for many of you. It's got to be deep. And so you might be in that headspace. You might be in that, or in this case, your emotional space. So you might be feeling ready to cry at the drop of a hat for some reason, when that might not normally be your stance or how you normally react to things. In some of your cases, it's going it's going either way. Some of you, you're feeling more sexualized, or sexual energy is heightened in you. Others of you, your libido your libido is crashed. I don't know which one it is. So basically, maybe if you had no libido before, or it was pretty like normal, pretty like, I could take it or leave it, or we got a routine, like 3 or 4 times a month that'll do. Now it's like you can't get enough. Or, like I said, or it's the opposite. You were going at it, like little rabbits, every day, every other day, whatever. And now it's kind of like, don't touch me. Don't touch me. So I feel some of you are making like a switcheroo, or your libido has made a switcheroo on you. Okay, that's interesting. Now, again, I think the other person or people that you're dealing with, they're also in this energy, but they're totally different. It's okay, so you see how she's making a snack out of that brain? I mean, number one, she's a zombie, so that's like her primary source of food anyway. But she's on the beach or whatever, so it's like a playful energy. It's like a vacation-y energy, right? So I feel like somebody is like really, I don't, they're not making smart moves. Water sign or not, male or female or not, whatever their relationship to you is, they're just, whatever they're doing, it's like for their pleasure. Like if you're living with roommates and, money has been tight because maybe, if you live with 3 people, maybe 2 of you kind of recently lost your jobs and only one person has the job, and maybe you're the person with the job and the other 2 aren't working, right? And, it kind of would either be implied or explicitly understood that with less money coming in the door, we can't like just act as if we have a 3 income household anymore. We got to tighten our belts around here, right? But this person, maybe because they're stressed, might be eating a lot of the food that you guys commonly share or put in towards. And it's like, well, listen, Roberta, listen, I know that those taquitos are very tasty, but they come 40 in a box and it looks like you've eaten about 38 of them. So maybe you better slow down and share the rest, or remember that you have to share in this household. Do you see what I mean? So like this person, and that kind of filters back to what we were talking about with the 6 of Swords. They possibly very inadvertently, some of them are doing it on purpose, I gotta be honest, some of them know what they're doing, but it feels like some of them inadvertently are causing drama or disturbance to your calm waters. So Roberta or Roberto, whoever, no gender here, no specific, outline of a person, whoever they are, they might be taking more than their fair share, and that stresses you out. Especially if it's like about, home and finances. That's like your bread and butter. That's like Taurus's bread and butter. Keeping a good house, having money come in the door, not having to stress or worry about those things. That's absolutely what you want. But this person might not be respecting that or being responsible towards that. And that can get under your skin easily, okay? In other ways, it's deeper than that. Well, not to say that's not deep or impactful, because it is. But for some of you, it's deeper than that. So this could be, like I said before, if your libido is crashing, this person's libido is rising. And that is a mismatch of energy. That is a mismatch of intention and desire and all those things. And I think most Tauruses would be irritated that if their partner, whether it be long-term commitment, short-term, just friends with benefits, whatever it is, I think most of you guys would be super upset if your partner wasn't on the same page with you. So you are home, and it could be this. You're home for months and months with each other, weeks on end. The kids are driving you crazy, blah, blah, blah. You are just like not interested, flat out. I got a headache every day, right? And your partner, whoever it is, they're like, come on, babe. Like, I miss touching you. And you're like, get your fucking hands off me. Like, that would irritate you. The fact that this person doesn't recognize that everything that's going on around the house, everything that's going on with work, the stress of not just your home life and your work life, but the stress of the world at large, like, it's just turned you completely off. And this person is like ignorant to that, or like they don't care. Like, that's how you take it. Like, you don't even care how I feel. Like, you want to touch me. I don't want you to touch me. Or vice versa. Why are you so stressed? Not that I think Taurus would be pushy. If your libido's high, I think you would be more like a seductor. I could be wrong, but whatever. But basically my point is it can go the other way too. Like you would be like, even though we're stressed, we could still de-stress ourselves with this fun activity called the horizontal mambo, right? So you might be looking at sex as a stress reliever, but your partner's just not into it, and you're just like, come on, like, you know. So this mismatch of energies is really funking things. Interesting. I said that, funking things up for you. That's interesting, because normally I would just say the regular F word. So, but maybe it's like putting you in a funk, or like, you know, just the vibe is off. When the vibe was going good, Roberta ate like her little 4 taquitos or 2 taquitos, and that was it. Now she piles like 10 of them on her plate at once. It's funking up the vibe. You see her on the couch eating them one by one, and you're just like, this ain't right. This is not right. I don't like that. Don't like that. So something here with this person or people, situations and circumstances is just not right. And going back to their side of the Queen of Cups, or yours too, you could be in here too. Queen of Cups, when in the dumps, when not in a good mood, when not in high vibe, is very impulsive, very self-satisfying, like pleasure seeking, right? And kind of throws the responsibilities to the wayside, or throws away her cares. And I say her only because there's a queen there. I could be talking about a man, okay? But throws away all their cares, like living for today, carpe diem kind of energy. And if today making what would make me happy was to go outside and play in the mud as a 45-year-old person, I'm gonna do that. And then for you, that doesn't make sense. Your partner's out back playing around in the mud, maybe with the kids or whatever, because, you know, just to try to alleviate the day and break up the monotony. But to you, it's like wasteful, and it's dirty, and and then you're going to track the mud in the house, and I got to wash all the clothes, or somebody's got to wash all these clothes, and who's going to mop the floor, blah, 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 blah. What they're doing causes more disruption, and that is what happens when the Queen of Cups is not balanced, is not from high vibe, causes more disturbances in the water than calmness in the water. Okay? Emperor. This is quite an oddball energy. As much as like this card or this Emperor energy throughout the different decks I've used for the month has shown up, this is weird. Who is this? What? Very, very specifically, but some of you have like a crazy neighbor. Like some of you have a neighbor that you're like, I think they're certifiably nuts. And no offense to anybody, you know, I'm down for mental health diagnosis and prevention and treatments and all those things. But somebody is literally thinking, like looking through your blinds, that man or woman is nuts. Watching them do whatever they're doing. If you're like me, sometimes you hear them through the walls. What the hell are they doing over there? That don't sound right. Okay? That's very specific. Anyway, Emperor, Major Arcana, Aries, Energy. I think I said that before. I think, Taurus, you really want order restored to your life, to the situations that you're in, to the relationships that you have. You want order restored. And you might take a little bit of a hard edge if you're seeking it. Or some of you are like, this is very interesting. Like, I feel like a power in numbers kind of energy. Like, again, back to the roommate thing. If there's 3 of you that live together and Roberta is like the one that's like really acting up, really like taking more than her fair share and like really funking up your vibe again, you go to the other roommate and go, hey, additional roommate, or hey, like, don't you think Roberta's like acting a little weird? And don't you think like Roberta's like taking more than she should? And like, you know, I wanted taquitos, but they're gone and we just bought them yesterday. You know, you're trying to rally a consensus amongst a group of people to make a firm stand. You're not trying to be the only one who goes and tells Roberta, hey bitch, cut back on them taquitos. You see what I mean? You don't want to be seen as the bad guy. Taurus, that's I mean, I could see that. Taurus, you're a fixed sign. Fixed signs are known to be hard asses, known to be not necessarily afraid of hard work or difficulties. However, you're an earth sign. Earth signs tend to be sort of kind of placid. No, it says I might be. Okay, it went away. Hopefully we're good. Hopefully, it said I had issues, but hopefully you guys are still with me. I won't know because I'm not going to stop until the reading is over. So, but earth signs are known to be placid, timid. Not to say you don't have the ability to be feisty or none of you, you, Virgo or Capricorn. It's just, it's not your number one move. So you have it in you from the fixed energy, again, going up against a challenge, not backing down, right? And Taurus, when you're really fired up about something, and that's why I'm like, I know I'm not talking to the majority of you, or I'm not talking about you in every single instance. When you want something, or it's time to go toe to toe, you will. This is not one of those times. This is one of those situations where you'd rather have a group consensus or other people who can back you up before you step into the fray. It could also be, right? It could also be that the person that you're dealing with, they're having a rough time of it and it has their defenses up. Like you see this guy, how he's boarded up the door to prevent the zombies from coming in, and he's standing in front of the little boy to protect him. So you might know that this person is already on higher alert. They're already like incredibly tense and frustrated and all that stuff. So you don't want to, that kind of makes for a Taurus as well. You don't really want to burden them. You don't really want to agitate them anymore. It's like mutually, like you both could kind of set the other off, and you don't want to do that. Okay, that's what that feels like. So let's see. Additional messages regarding this situation for Taurus, please. Additional information regarding this message for Taurus, please. It's going to be a late dinner today. I'm so hungry. 10 of Hazards. Okay, for some of you, this definitely is family life. Additional messages for Taurus regarding the situation. Additional messages for Taurus, please, regarding the situation. And the Four of Swords, yeah. You need a break from this situation. Home life, work life, that's really where I feel this to be. I don't think it's going to be anywhere else besides home and work. And again, for a lot of people, those two realms of our lives have now overlapped, right? So you need a break from it. 10 of Hazards, aka 10 of Pentacles, and the Four of Swords. I think you, even if there's no partner, like some of you are single parents or something, or you live alone, maybe, you've just got a turtle and a ferret at home, I don't know. But whoever is occupying the same space as you, adults, children, partners, roommates, lovers, I don't care, the turtle, you need a break. All right. The 10 of Pentacles, the house is crowded. I was just remarking to someone today or the other day, I've been home since March. I'm not a Taurus, but I'm just, throwing my side of the story in it. And I've been home since March. April, May, and June, people were losing their shit, and I was totally calm. Now that October has hit, I'm starting to feel what people were feeling all those months ago, where it was just like, it's too much to be in the house as much as I am, or to have work be in the same place that I eat my dinner. It's like too much, right? So I'm having this like cabin fever feeling. You might be going through that right now as well, or it's something else. Maybe it's not cabin fever because maybe you do get out. Maybe you are, going out and socializing or doing whatever you do, but maybe it's the lack of the commute. Maybe there's a different set of stress that goes on because the kids aren't in school, or maybe they are in school, but that's a stress because you worry about them going back and forth and all these other kinds of things. So there's something about the way the structure of your life is going that is really taxing you with the Four of Swords. It's really like you see this guy laying on his bed and he ain't sleeping. He's having these nightmares about the apocalypse. And by the way, this is not like an allegory. I didn't choose this deck on purpose to talk about what the world is. I don't think we're in an apocalypse. But, some of you might think that, or, you might be afraid that we're going that route. It's your choice. It's your mind. It's your opinion. But there's something here with this guy on this bed. It's like tormented. He can't get it out of his head. And so I think it's like that for you. You can't get it out of your head that your sex drive is in the toilet and your partner is just like, right now, or will be later tonight, whenever you guys lay down together, he or she might be reaching out and touching your back. Are you awake? Get your hands off me. It's just like whatever's going on that's not vibing is annoying you. Or not even annoying you. It's like you can't escape it. Six of Swords is about, like I said, it's a desire to get away. But I also told you in the beginning, I don't think it's actually going to materialize. Now, again, should it? Because of certain stressors, because of certain changes to your environment or the way that your day-to-day life is being conducted, that's not a reason to throw everything in your life into an upheaval. You know what I mean? I just think it's this needing to break out of certain routines or needing energies to shift. And I think you're not really sure how to shift them, because I think, Taurus, you're still very much committed to keeping your daily life, keeping your home life, keeping your work life in balance. You don't want to be inundated or overwhelmed by your emotions that you become kind of cuckoo, no offense to anybody, cuckoo, and kind of begin to act strangely or take your aggression out or your frustrations and your stress out on people who don't deserve it. So it's very interesting. Let's see the advice. I mean, it literally could be, for some of you, you just have to change one or two things in your routine. Make a mandate amongst the roommates. 4 taquitos max. Put that shit on the fridge. Send it in a group text. 4 taquitos per person. That will allow us to keep the box of taquitos for at least a week. So you're basically telling Roberta, stop eating all the taquitos, but you're including everybody, like I said, when we were talking about the Emperor. So you're like, okay, listen, other roommate, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up a sign, or I'm going to text you, and I'm going to make it a group text. And I'm basically going to say, hey, I don't know who's eating all the taquitos, even though you know it's fucking Roberta, but you just want it to last longer. So everybody, limit yourself to 4 at a time. 4 per day. That's like a passive aggressive way to basically tell Roberta, you're eating too much. You're not putting in enough, and you're taking too much than what you're taking more than your fair share. Okay? Let's get some advice for this, and then we're going to wrap this. So advice for Taurus in this situation, please. What is the advice for Taurus? Okay. Yeah, man, it's fine. 4 of Wands and the Sun, it's fine. And you're like, is it? Is it? It is. I mean, it will be. It will be. Let's say it that way. It will be fine. You've got 4 of Wands. Again, more signals of the home space and the Sun. So wherever you are and whoever you live with, you're pretty happy with them. Sun card, major or secondary major arcana for Leo. Could be dealing with a Leo, but you don't have to be. But the Sun is like one of the most auspicious and positive cards in the deck, in the tarot deck, period. And the 4 of Wands, I mean, the hiccup is that in this deck, it looks terrible. And again, that could literally be a spitting image of your home at this time. Doors coming off the hinges, hopefully not zombies or dead people in your living room, but certainly things strewn about, things all on the floor, whatever. Um, maybe some of you are having a party because I'm seeing those streamers at the top. So maybe you're like planning a Halloween party and maybe that's stressful to you. And I would imagine because you shouldn't have a fucking party. Listen, you do what you want to do. We all make our own decisions, but I gotta tell you, I wouldn't do it. You can agree with me or disagree. That's fine. But throwing a party, still a pandemic, I would advise against it. So some of you might be doing that, thinking of throwing a party or attending a party or whatever. And, all those cautions aside, it still would just be generally stressful knowing you're going to have a bunch of people in your house, or you're going to have to do the decorations, or you're going to, maybe you're just doing something for Halloween. Like, I saw on the news a couple weeks ago that people are thinking of clever ways of how to participate in trick-or-treating for their kids. Because, a lot of parents don't want to take that festivity away from their kids. Understandable. How do you do it safely in the middle of a pandemic? So you could be stressing yourself out thinking of ways of how to keep your house tidy, or how to make fun for your kids in the house, things like that. The sun, again, is a positive spin on things. So as much as you're stressed, as much as you feel overwhelmed, and not saying that you're not, I think that you really are. It's just, don't give up hope. And I don't think you are anyway, based on everything that we discussed today. I don't think you're, running out the door, packing a duffel bag and chucking a deuce on your life. I don't see you running away from your problems. But what I do see is you want your problems to be minimized. You want the choppy waters to relax, to simmer down. Simmer down now, right? Simmer down. You want it all to just chill out. So for some of you, you could be taking on more stress. I'm not blaming you. I don't think that you're actively doing it. It just might be a byproduct of how you haven't found a proper release or way to mitigate what you're feeling. It can be way more complex than what I'm about to suggest, but it feels like some of you just need to like I said, mandate like quiet time. This is or what have I said before? Mandate how many, who can eat what, or how much of this is how do we make all these supplies, this food last us longer? This is what we got to do. In order to save mommy or daddy from having a freaking heart attack, I need at least 10 minutes of quiet by myself in the den, in my little she shed or wherever. You know what I mean? Like, as much as I know you don't want to be, quote unquote, the bad guy in this emperor type energy, that might be beneficial to you to be pretty firm about what you need and expect from your partner, from your children, from your roommates, from your bosses, whoever. Okay? Taurus, that's your reading for mid-October. If you liked it, there is a like button. Hit it. If you want to leave a comment, let me know how this resonated in your life. That'd be super cool. Feel free to share the video with other people if you think they might, get something from the message, or they might like my style. That would be super cool. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, my friends, please consider subscribing. Thank you very much. Taurus, I'll be back in a couple of weeks to do your November readings. And then if you do want a personal reading from me, again, you can check that information out in the description box, okay? Taurus, thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Take care.